Hello, and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays, a podcast by friends for friends. Today we're here with Margot.
Hi.
And Adam.
Hello.
And special guest, Kaitlyn.
Hello.
How's it going?
Well, first off, we should clarify. Kaitlyn is Adam's girlfriend. I don't know if we've ever said your name or if it's only ever been
I
my
think
girlfriend.
it's always my girlfriend. My girlfriend, yes, that's me.
But
Yeah.
here she is.
In the flesh.
Yeah. Oh, man.
How long have you guys been together for again?
6 years.
Ooh, dang. Ooh.
Forever.
6 years too long.
Oh, man. Yeah. How are you guys?
Doing all right. Getting by.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, it's cool.
School?
It's fine.
It was
It's,
just
it's
had
going.
my
It's
full
existing.
first week, so.
Yeah. You guys are 2 weeks deep now? Right?
I'm 2 weeks.
I'm a week and a half.
Yeah,
'cause
We'll
our
count
first
it
week's
as
a
2
half.
weeks.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll count it as
Yeah.
basically.
Good stuff. Yeah. Are you guys do you do the thing where you already have countdowns for fall break? Was that just me being really pessimistic? Or
I don't.
Countdown to the end of the semester.
yeah, let's start it.
I don't get a fall break at my school, so
You
no.
don't?
But I just get the Thanksgiving break.
I would think. Is it like a full week, though?
Ooh, it might be. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Gotcha. Because our fall break is Monday, Tuesday, and then our Thanksgiving is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's a full week, but it's split up, which is sort of nice, but also not really, because the breaks are short, but it's nice to have them spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always preferred fall semester because of that to spring semester where it was just the week.
Yeah, there's nothing else in the spring semester.
Yeah. All time.
I think it's also crazy, too, of you were talking about countdowns. I saw something online the other day that's there's only 118 more days left of the year, and it's this year's flown by.
I saw that. That was the first thing on Instagram that I saw this morning, and it was the most upsetting way to wake up.
Where is it gone?
Yeah, this year didn't exist.
I've seen countdowns to Halloween,
Oh,
but that's it. And those are acceptable because it is fall
Yeah,
now,
it's
and then
Halloween.
it is Halloween season.
Yeah, I got duped. I don't know about you guys, but I never know when the fall or spring equinox is. I'm never going to learn it. It's just gonna show up one day, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool.
the
But,
time's different.
For a little party.
right? Yeah. On September 1st, I saw something that was first day of fall, and I was like, is it really? Wow, the year's gone by so fast. And then it was oh no, I looked it up, and it's at the end of September, not the beginning.
September.
Yeah.
September is just when it's socially acceptable to start calling it fall.
I mean, it feels like fall. I don't know about you guys, but
It is.
I'm wearing long sleeves, hot
I
coffee,
got long pants, that's something. No shorts,
Nope.
but
And-
Full on shorts and t-shirt.
you're a guy.
Shorts and t-shirt until I have to wear other.
Yeah.
Were either of you two boys the type of boys that would go to school in the athletic shorts all the time, even in the winter? Was he?
No, not in the winter.
No,
Not that crazy.
He pulled out his sweatpants in the winter.
Okay, good.
Yes. But no, I knew a guy in college who wore flip-flops, like sporty flip-flops, every single day, and every single day in the winter.
Yeah.
I was
I hate
you are
that.
crazy.
That's some alpha
Yeah.
level.
That is.
He
It's
it's
always
decided
those-
it is not cold.
Oh man,
I'd be are you not cold? You'd be like, I'm a little chilly. A little
He showed up
chilly.
with frostbite on his toes one
Yeah,
day.
you're blatantly walking through snow with nothing
Right.
on.
That's so upsetting. I don't understand that. And there was so many of those guys at my high school that were yeah, I know it's cold out, but I'm not cold. I also I remember my Girl Scout troop leader when I was in Girl Scouts for a year. She was this crazy cool woman. She was from Australia. She swam the English Channel. She was an absolute badass. She was very cool. But she also didn't believe in the cold. And
She's from
this
Australia, so it doesn't exist down there.
yeah, but
The English Channel is cold.
the This is when I was in Tennessee, and like, mind you, in Tennessee, I once got off school for a week because of anticipated snow. Like, we weren't good at handling snow. And so, like, it was a Christmas parade, and we had to walk through it, and like, we weren't allowed to not wear our Girl Scouts uniforms, which are skirts and like maybe some tights, but they're like thin tights, and then like short sleeve shirts and everything. And so like all of the troop was, these little Southern girls who were like, oh my God, it's so cold. Like, we're just like completely shivering. And she was like, if you just don't believe it, it doesn't exist. I'm not going to try to do an Australian accent. But she just started walking, and we were like,
That's great.
The question was, how cold was it? Was it like 50, 40 degrees?
See, I'm sure it was like, well, like, it did snow that week for like a minute. So, like, I'm sure it was at least near 32 degrees. I don't know if it was, but, like, I'm sure it was cold enough that, like, we were all convinced we were getting frostbite. Yeah, then I moved to Pennsylvania, and I was like, oh. Like, the first year I moved to Pennsylvania, in October, we got 6 feet of snow. And I was like, oh. This is cold.
Like, real.
Yeah. Everything I've known is a lie.
we don't close down when it snows.
Okay, it was the most shocking thing, because we closed down for a day, and I was like, there's still snow on the ground.
How do I get to class?
Right? It's like, how do you guys do this? Oh man.
Get the shovel and go to class.
Yeah. I do remember there was a big scandal when I was in Tennessee, because we got a new superintendent, and he was from, I want to say, Minnesota. So like he knew what like real cold was. And the first time we got anticipated snow that year, he didn't call off. And
wow,
how dare he?
And like all of the parents were like, how do you expect our kids to get to school? It might snow.
Anticipated snow.
Anticipated. It might snow. Maybe
White stuff is gonna fall from the sky.
Yeah,
what are we gonna do?
Chilly
the
out,
ground's not cold enough.
I can't imagine what that guy must have thought. He'd be like,
he thought we were insane.
It's not.
Is the snow higher than the cars?
I remember, like, there was one time, like, the weather report changed from it's going to be chilly to anticipated snow in the middle of a school day, and everything was wild. We got sent home early. It was like, everyone be careful. A storm's coming. Get your milk. Get your bread. Like,
Get toilet paper.
Yeah.
I remember we had like an active, like, it was like, I think it was middle school, one of the first blizzards we had, and they didn't, like, the blizzard like had started when school was ending, but they're like, oh, we'll cancel school for tomorrow, but y'all have like good luck getting home today.
Oh my God.
So they didn't have school the next 2 days, but like it started snowing during school, and they're like, oh, you guys can still make it home. It's fine.
We've also absolutely had days where it'll be like, it's -10.
Oh, it's like murder weather.
We're not
out there.
canceling school.
Yeah.
The roads are iced over. There's snow everywhere.
But the buses still turned on, so we're going to school.
They turned on after a few tries, but they're still chugging. So no excuses.
Yep.
My favorite
horrifying.
Was in grade school in January. We got like a full week off of school because like the city was like bankrupt at one point and they couldn't pay the snowplows, so they just wouldn't come for 3 days. So everything was just canceled. It was amazing.
Oh man,
it's so nice back then, because now school gets canceled because of snow, and the teacher's like, "All right, see you online."
You know what's interesting though? My school district, or at least like where I'm from, like I follow my local news station on Twitter, and like they decided they're not gonna do online days for snow days. But instead, as a result, they're going to have to, like, make up those days in the summer.
Yeah. Right.
Which is, like...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't prefer online schooling, but I'd still
Right,
prefer
but having a
that
longer
than
summer.
Mm-hmm. I remember in our high school, there was whatever days they took off, right? You'd have to, like, make up at the end of the year. Except for seniors. Seniors didn't have to make up a single day.
That's so fun.
It was awesome.
Seniors... At our school, seniors got done early, and we didn't have to take any finals. So we had like school ended 2 weeks before, for us.
It was like right after AP testing, we were done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, nice.
And then not that early. We had a couple weeks after that, but not very much. And then we were done. But because the snow days were in at the very end, it didn't apply to us at all. And there was also a fun thing where like we could only get a max of 5 snow days, I think. So
otherwise
if we had
it's an act
more,
of God.
if we had more than that, they wouldn't make it up. So it'd be like, oh, we're nearing that 6th snow day.
And it was like an act of God. They just don't want you to go to school.
I love that. Oh my God. I do think the snowplow thing you said, Ryan, makes sense for why the South was the way the South was, because I'm sure they only have like one per state. And so it's just right. If it does snow, like there's just no way the roads will be clear.
Yeah, I know I've heard that before that like they're so extra about canceling school because of snow because they literally can't deal with it. They don't have like salt machines, they don't have snow plows, they have nothing to counteract it, whereas they're prepared.
No, we're inept.
My cousins live in Georgia, and I remember them telling me when I was younger, they got snow, and they're like, school and everything was canceled and closed down, and the snow was gone by like noon. Like there was nothing.
Oh yeah.
But they still had canceled everything. So
yeah. I think it'll be interesting if Texas gets snow again this year, if they're gonna be prepared for it, or
I know that was
learned their lesson.
No,
right? They definitely haven't. But
Americans are great at one thing. It's not learning lessons.
Their the flamethrowers out, and they'll just like melt the snow.
That's fantastic. I love it. I hate snow in the sense of if I ever have to go out in it, but I do think it's gorgeous, and I think it's very fun to like exist in.
Yeah.
The one time that we did actually get snow, it like melted that day because the ground was too hot for snow to exist on. Yeah. But then like it did freeze overnight again, and so that was really scary because that was the first time that like ice was a thing in my world.
It's more than just something you put in your cups, guys.
Right. It was
shocking. You can fall.
I was like, whoa, this is on the ground. And my sister and I had like a sled. I don't know why. And like our backyard was a hill because Tennessee. And so we went down it on just a sheet of ice. And that was a dumb kid thing that like probably wasn't safe. But it was fun. It was good.
Yeah.
And then I remember, my freshman year at college with that winter blizzard vortex, what do they call it?
Polar vortex.
We've had 2
it's
of those.
Polar vortex.
In
Yeah,
3 years.
horrifying. Didn't like it. Was too cold. But
it was like negative 20.
Yeah, it sucked.
I was in England.
Cold.
You could take hot water and throw it, and it would just evaporate.
Mm-hmm.
It was
so one thing my friend and I did was we blew like bubbles and watched them freeze, and that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
That is fun.
I was like, the cold is pretty cool, guys.
I didn't like my eyelashes freezing though. That wasn't fun.
Yeah.
You had to make sure your hair is 100% dry before you walked outside. And,
Right.
Otherwise, you just have a shell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Very cold place, Illinois. Not a fan. Yeah. We should talk about something other than weather, though. I feel like that. We will just talk about cold for the entire hour.
Also, I was going to say, dangerous for us to talk about what happens in grade school, because that often just becomes a podcast. Last week, that happened.
I was this old.
I was like, maybe.
Did this thing. Oh, that's the only thing we're going to talk about this episode? Okay.
Yeah, grade school parts.
At some point in that conversation, I was like, I should talk about like middle school, and then that way this whole episode will be about middle school, and then the next week will be about high school. Oh man, yeah. What a world. Kaitlyn, have you been to Cracker Barrel?
Once I have.
Okay. All right. Well, because we learned that Adam had never, and
I didn't know it was Russian.
Not missing much.
No, he's not. But it's
it is an experience, I will say, because it's like a gift shop and a restaurant, because everything ends in a gift shop these days.
Yeah,
that's true.
So
this one begins.
It does. It just kind of begins with it and end with it.
Yeah.
Look around, see if you like something, eat some food, and come back and buy it when you're done. Like
exactly.
Get a rocking chair.
Get a rocking chair.
Yeah, they just sell rocking chairs. They just have them like in the front porch of the restaurant.
That's the one thing that's nice is like when you have to like wait for a table, you can just go sit in the rocking chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
do like
it's an
Dragon.
experience.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, yeah. Maybe we'll stop.
I think everyone should experience it once, just because it is
Yeah.
such a strange thing.
Mm-hmm.
But food's
It's like
okay.
all people over 72.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exclusively.
When you walk in there, you do age to 72 minimum.
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's good. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The whole time. But I forget what I was going to talk about.
I saw
It's
Shang-Chi.
Oh, was
Hey.
it
Did
good?
you?
It was very good.
We're seeing it
Shang-Chi.
tomorrow, probably.
Amazing. Pretty good.
Where does it fall in the ranking? Like, what are we thinking?
I
No
really
spoilers.
liked it. I don't know, like, as far as ranking and stuff, but, like, someone was like, how does this rank up to Black Panther? And I was like, I don't think that's a fair comparison. I think it's like, how does it rank up to Black Widow? And I liked it a lot better than Black Widow.
Interesting. Okay.
Because, like,
Was
the
it
fight-
funnier than Black Widow?
yes, 100%.
Okay.
I
Oh,
really
that's because it has Aquafina. Never mind.
It was
That's
a
not a
funny
question.
movie. It was
Also, I don't
very
think-
good.
I don't think Black Widow was supposed to be as funny.
Yeah, and like
Yelena made it funny.
Elena did make it very.
I think the reason they're comparable is like a lot of the fight scenes of like one of the things I didn't really like in Black Widow is like there's a fight scene and it's just like tons of like shaky cam and there's like 10 shots in the span of like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's fair.
In Shang-Chi it's like long shots of like actual fighting and it looks really impressive. A lot of swinging around. Very good. A good time.
Yeah.
We're excited.
That is always my complaint for. And Marvel's definitely not the only one that does this. A lot of movies do, where they'll do like 10 different shots for like 10 seconds of fight scenes, and it's like let the stunt actors do their fights. You're not
then
seeing
you'll see
anything.
that it's a stunt actor. And we can't
Yeah.
have that.
It's then go. I don't know. It's so much more impressive to me if it's like this long shot of
Yeah.
people fighting than rapid cuts in between like where the impacts are. Like that does not look good.
There's a fight on a bus and it's like probably one of my favorite Marvel fights, I think. Very
Ooh.
good. Trying to think what else. It's a great movie for anyone that's like not a Marvel fan, I think, because
Okay.
like there's barely any references to stuff. The one movie that gets referenced is like Iron Man 3.
Oh,
Of all
well,
the
I did see a TikTok that was like, before you see Shang-Chi, see Iron Man 3.
You don't
And
have
that
to
was
do
it.
that.
And I was like, I don't
'cause,
really
like,
want to.
I don't know if you've
Breeze,
seen Iron
okay.
Man 3, but it's like the Mandarin
Yeah.
shows up,
Right.
but it's not really the Mandarin, it's an actor, and they like make a joke of like, haha, because we're the real Ten Rings, and some American was trying to impersonate us, and that's it.
Nice.
I will say the one thing that keeps tripping me up is because like in the trailers for it, there's like a dragon,
hmm
and I'm like, so the Avengers did this thing, and they had no idea there was a dragon, and Thanos did his snap, and did the dragon go? Like, what happened?
Yeah, that's the thing,
with
it's
the
like-
dragon.
Is
There's
is
a
the dragon
reference-
Fin Fang Foom?
I don't know that there's a name for it, but
Okay.
there is a
'Cause
dragon.
I'm not gonna say it.
There's a Marvel character who's a dragon named Fin Fang Foom, and I just love the name so much.
Mhm.
It's hilarious.
There's also a Marvel character named Fu Manchu, and like, not
I love
great.
Marvel.
Um,
Not as bad as DC.
yeah, it's very.
I mean,
interesting.
I feel like they're equally bad. It's just that Marvel doesn't put their weird
Mhm.
characters and villains on screen.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
That's fair.
that's a good point.
They're like, we have this, but you can read it on your own.
Exactly.
Right.
Or they'll
Oh,
take
man.
something that's kind of silly and make it cool.
Like
they have-
Rocket.
like Rocket, or there's like Batroc the Leaper, who was in Falcon Winter
Oh,
Soldier,
yeah.
but he was also in the Winter Soldier Captain America movie, and he's like this dude who just jumps around a lot and has this very purple costume, and they're like, yeah, he's here and he's cool.
Right.
It's like this is a dumb
Uh.
character, and here he is being a badass.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, I do appreciate the commitment to keeping them dumb. Because, like, that is part of the fun of some comics, of it just being like, this is the stupidest thing you've ever read. And you know what? You're going to like it. And I like that. It's fun. And DC does a better job of that in its, like, animated shows than it does in its live action
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
But
The
still,
live action,
yeah.
the ones I have seen have taken themselves too
The
seriously.
Suicide Squad.
Yes.
The Suicide Squad was good because it
Yeah.
it
I
doesn't.
wouldn't call it good, but I wouldn't
watching it in the
say I'm
morning.
disappointed, so
I watched
Fair.
it.
I thought
It's-
it was good.
I liked it. I wasn't a big fan of the first 10 minutes, which I talked about, I think, last
Right.
week or something, but I still liked it. Very funny.
I'm excited. It's gonna be exciting.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
But yeah, I recommend Shang-Chi.
Good. I do think the main actor is like a fun guy. Like he seems to. It's one of those things where it's kind of like Ryan Reynolds, where it's like you can tell that this is a role that he's so excited to play.
Yeah,
which I always enjoy.
No, for Shang-Chi.
No, for the main actor.
Oh, for Shang-Chi. I thought it was still Tommy.
I've seen interviews with him, and he's just such a funny guy. He's so laid back. I think,
And he like really plays that as the character too, and it's like, oh, I like this character. And
good.
Also, I think the one thing I thought was weird too is like at the end of the movie, everyone's just expecting a post-credit scene. There's 2, by the way, and like no one leaves. Everyone's just sitting there. It's like we've just been conditioned to wait.
They can't stop that now.
When we went to see Black Widow, like people left before the end credit scenes.
Yeah,
and now we're like, it's a Marvel movie.
I don't know
if you can watch it on the car ride home.
Apparently, we're like, you can Google, it'll tell you that there's an end credit scene. Like you have to stay.
Yeah, but there's even like, what was it, Free Guy? I think we went to see, and we were like, is there an end credit scene? And I think there was.
There was. We stayed.
But you just kind of assume there will be one, even in movies that. Why would you think there'd be an end credit scene?
So DC is like half and half on it. Like they're like not wanting to do it because it's a Marvel thing, right? But then like Shazam had one, like, and
did Suicide
Squad did, and I missed it.
Wait, I thought Suicide Squad was.
They did have it because it was
it's like Peacemaker's still alive, and apparently there's gonna be a show about him, like coming really soon.
Oh,
I do not want to watch that. I did not like that character.
I like John Cena, but I was like, why is there a show?
I like that John Cena played a horrible person role.
He was awful. He did it well.
He did a really good job.
He says some horrible things, and I love how just like straight faced he is.
Yeah.
I want to know how many tries it took to get it. It's some of the stuff he said.
I think I brought this up last time we talked about John Cena, but I still can only ever I'm just notoriously bad at actors, and so I can only ever think of him and Channing Tatum as the same person, and so I get them mixed up all the time, and I have to really think. Yeah. It's on it. Yeah. Whole world. I had to look up the name of the movie because I forgot about it. But we both mentioned Tarantino before the podcast, and then stunt acting. And one thing I will give Tarantino is that he does direct stunt fighting a lot better than a blockbuster Marvel movie kind of thing. But one that I watched recently was Death Proof, which is a terrible movie, and I don't necessarily recommend it to anyone because it was literally just some guy trying to kill women with his car. Because Tarantino's a feminist. But
women deserve to die equally than men, right?
Women can die by cars too.
Yeah, I hate that, man. But it's a time. But one of them, one of the main actresses is it's a stunt actress that got her first actual acting role. And so they focus on her face a lot, and it's kind of crazy because you're not used to that with a lot of stunt acting. But she's on the front of the car because she was not trying to get hit by it, but she was balancing on top of it, and it was a time. But it was this crazy scene, and it was really good, really well done. But it was just bad movie though.
When I was a kid, a very young child, my dream in life was to become a stunt double. And just do stunts for the rest of my life. I thought it would have been so cool.
You should still do it.
You should.
It's on my bucket list, but I can't flip, so I think it's out of the question.
Who do you think you would stunt double for?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I have to dye my hair or something. I feel like there's no actress with red curly hair.
I don't know.
Popular. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head. I can't think of actresses with curly hair.
Yeah.
When I was a freshman, maybe when I had blonde hair in high school, I could have pulled it off. But yeah, there's not a lot with the red curls. If they ever make a live action Merida, I've got it covered.
There you go. Yeah. That'd be very cool. Have any of you guys ever done archery?
Yeah.
Yes.
At the Ren Fair, if that counts.
I got
really?
the archery
Yeah.
merit badge in Boy
Love that.
Scouts.
Fair.
It's way cooler,
my-
Ryan.
It's
You
really
actually know what
hard
you're
too,
doing.
because
Well,
you have
my-
to hit like 100 points like 5 times.
Wow.
It takes a lot. It took me like 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Oh, geez, yeah. Fair. I don't know.
It was at the
I
Ren
love
Fair. We were just like shooting an arrow at like a hay barrel
Mm-hmm.
with
I
like
love
an arrow
that.
drawn on it, like a
It
target.
really
The
it
amount
takes
of-
a lot of work too, like the muscles.
Yeah.
But
The amount of
fun.
like violent, like sharp things you can do at Ren Fair is always like
The axe
enjoyable to me.
throwing?
The axe throwing, the knife throwing. At the Ren Fair that I go to, they have a rec room where you just throw like glass bottles at a wall, kind of thing, which is very fun.
Oh, that sounds so therapeutic.
It is. Oh my god, there was this one
And
time.
now just imagine how many people are drunk at Ren Fairs too.
Oh, they're so drunk. Yeah. And so there's this one time that I went with like this really big group, and this one guy in the group wanted to do the bottle throwing thing. And I think it's like $3 for 5 bottles, right? And so he kept throwing bottles, like he didn't stop at 5, and all of us were like, but it says on the wall there are only 5. And then the guy right, the guy who was like running the booth was like clearly terrified because this guy was throwing them really hard, and so he didn't like stop him. He was just like, yeah, well it's 5, but he needs it. Like everyone was just like, who's gonna tell him to stop throwing glass?
Yeah, right.
Oh man,
Who's gonna risk their lives? Yeah.
right. Oh Lord.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I might go to the Maryland Ren Fair this year. I hope I can. I don't know if I will or not because it depends on COVID. But
Hey, it just makes it more realistic to live
Yeah.
in a pandemic and go to the Ren
So
Fair.
true.
It's finally appropriate.
so true. I'm sure they're all over. When you guys went, were there lots of people wearing plague masks? Like, I feel like that has to be a thing.
Not
More than
lots.
previous years, but I
right.
wouldn't say there was like a lot.
There.
No one was really wearing a mask anyway. We were in Wisconsin, and COVID doesn't exist in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Very
as soon as you
true.
cross that border, it doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-mm.
Wisconsin's a
Oh,
magical
man.
land.
Oh God.
It was funny because they make a lot of jokes because we are in Wisconsin, and so sometimes like the concept of like marijuana will come up during some of the acts, and they'll always like make fun of Illinois for legalizing it because I don't think it's legal in Wisconsin.
Oh.
So they're always like, you're from Illinois.
The idea of like a Wisconsin person's idea of someone from Illinois is so funny because it's like we're all Bears fans, and like Bears fans is like our number one like idea, I guess.
Mhm.
I'll be
Top
honest with
10
you.
in the
That
world.
was my thoughts
All
on
Bears.
people going. I'm pretty sure that's one of the first things I said to one of the first people I met in Illinois because he was like a Bears fan, and so I was like, the Bears, and he was like, the Bears. And I was like,
I've
okay.
met like 3 Bears fans ever.
I have met more Blackhawks fans than I have Bears fans.
Yeah.
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
But I also seek them out because I'm a Red Wings fan and I like to piss people off. So I'm like, it's hockey season. Who's a Hawks fan?
I love that. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Fair. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the Orioles are like the only ones over here that I really hear people talk about, other than Red Sox. To the point where someone
Yeah, I
said
guess
Sox to me the other day, and to the point where someone said Sox to me the other day, and I really thoroughly thought they were talking about the Red Sox, but turns out
The
White
White
Sox
Sox.
are a thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do you like the
Chicago
Red
gets to have
Sox?
2 teams.
Yeah, Chicago's
Right.
Cubs
Well, New
and the
York
White
has-
Sox, which I feel like those are the ones I really hear about for like sports in Illinois.
Yeah, I would say I hear about baseball more.
Mhm.
Maybe because the Bears are bad,
Yeah.
that no one really talks about the Bears, and people only talk about the ones who are doing well. And
Mhm.
in baseball, it's usually one of them is doing well.
Yeah.
Well,
there's two.
they're also like I guess the Cubs just like traded all of their like
and
major
there's big
players
drama.
too, so
All,
like it's
their
all
three
anyone
biggest
can talk
players.
about. Yeah.
They all traded,
Okay,
and all three that they traded, their like debut game, they all hit home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like, thanks for getting rid of all of our good
It's like
players.
nice. Now we're never gonna win.
As a non-sports and non-Illinois person, what's the difference between the Bears and the Cubs? Like, why is that a
Bears
difference?
play football, Cubs play
Okay.
baseball.
Gotcha. Okay.
One is an adult animal and the other is a baby animal.
See, that's what I always thought, but then like I don't know. People are talking about balls. Like
I don't know which came first either. I think the Cubs
Oh.
did.
The Bears are actually from like where I'm at. They
Yeah,
started.
Oh.
yeah, I think they were originally
Yeah.
from Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know like the names aren't related.
They're
They
from
just-
I do think
downstate
it's
Illinois
weird,
in like
though.
early 1900s.
Hmm.
And now
Where there
they're-
are actual bears.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there aren't actually
Black
any
bears.
bears in Illinois anymore,
Not anymore.
We made sure that.
which is
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I saw this
There's no
video and it
wolves
was
here.
really cute. of, like,
The
people-
Wolves is a hockey team. We got wolves.
There's no wolf animals in Illinois.
Oh my god. I saw this video of like these people at a hiking trail and they were like at one of the like trail signs and everything. And there was a bear on the trail sign, like a picture of it. But then like this bear just kind of walked up while they were all there and the hiking guide was like, everyone stay still, no one move a muscle. But the bear just like walks up, looks at the sign, and then turns around and walks away. It's like he just
Making
wanted
sure
to be
it's
like,
still
guys, it's
there."
me.
I'm there.
Oh, it was cute.
One of my mom's friends has like a house in Virginia, like in Appalachia, whatever.
Mhm.
And she was talking about how she was hiking at one time, and she's like, "Yeah, there's like black bears, throughout the entire Appalachia." And I was like, "And you're just gonna hike that?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's no big
Yeah.
deal."
I mean, they won't really bother you.
Ah, they're so cute.
If
the
you like
the
act like you're taller than the bear, they'll leave you alone.
right. The biggest thing is honestly trash. Like they're kind of like raccoons, where you just got to make sure that like your trash is secured so that they're not like getting into that at night because that can
Yeah.
kind of mess things up. Yeah.
Like I know, like camping is probably the harder part.
Yeah.
Of you don't want
Sure.
them to get into your campsite and
Yeah.
rifle through your food and stuff
But
because they will.
there's like bear-proof bags that you like hang on trees.
Oh, yeah.
or something,
So- That's like the big
Mm-hmm.
thing. When I was camping, like we had cars, like we put all the food in cars so that way they can't get in the cars, and then
Mhm.
all the trash we just like throw over a tree and like tie it around a tree so it's like elevated.
I knew these one like this one group that they were really into camping, but they were also really dumb about it at first, and they had all of their food in their car, but then they didn't fully close the windows,
Ooh.
and so a bear like went to their car and like could smell the food, and so they started like rocking the car, like trying to get it.
It's like a vending machine that will give you your
Yeah,
food.
exactly. Yeah. Oh man. And so I got this video from them of like a bear that was just like attacking their car. And I was like, oh god.
Oh my God. Yeah, just abandoned. That's their car. now.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that's yeah. Oh man.
I'd like to see a bear driving a car.
So cute.
That would be
You
really
just pull up to an
Would
intersection, you like look to your right, there's a bear in the car.
Just a bear.
Perfect.
Yogi Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires.
And smoky.
Smoky. A lot of bears, okay?
Oh man.
Mhm.
I've been wanting to watch Paddington, and I just feel like it's bear propaganda, but like I do
Bear
want to see it.
propaganda.
Yeah, I do really want to see it.
They're
I
really
don't know
pushing
why.
that bear agenda.
Yeah.
The bear agenda, if you will.
Ah. Oh man, that's cute. It's good.
Mhm.
There's 2 of them now.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's a franchise I need to see.
One of them's the like highest rated film on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes. One of them. So.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Good stuff. And I'm
pretty
pretty
sure-
sure it's all a meme.
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of memes about how Paddington 2 is better than any movie that exists. Like it's
Yeah.
like peak cinema. This is the top
Peak cinema.
quality we can get.
And they're right.
All those Oscars.
Oh man.
That's the only thing I know about the movie.
Take back all
Right.
the Oscars.
Is
and
that
give
it's
it to
the best?
Give
Give
them
them all to Paddington.
Oh man.
I'm sorry,
Fair.
The Godfather. This belongs to Paddington now.
Didn't make the cut, man.
Oh my god. You know what movie I saw the other day that I wish I never saw?
What?
The Giver. Because I remember really liking the book.
I like the book.
Yeah, the book is a lot better.
Yeah. The problem
Really?
with the movie.
I didn't know there was a movie.
man.
I have both.
So I know that there's a book called The Giver and a movie, but for the longest time, I thought people were talking about The Giving Tree, which is a little kid's book about a tree. And so every
Right.
time people would be like, The Giver, it's so sad and depressing, I'd be like,
It really
The-
is.
The Giving?
is kinda-
I mean, it is kind of sad, but people really were like, it's so deep and meaningful. And I was always like,
The Giving Tree.
I mean, I guess.
The
So
tree that
I
gave.
never realized it was a whole different thing.
I
Oh,
like
yeah.
The book is quite good. I enjoyed
I think
it.
the book
Yeah.
works better because it's like there's a big reveal, sort of like a core of the way through the book of like, oh, everything's just in black and white. No one can see
Yeah.
color, and you can't really
Yeah.
do that in a movie.
Except for The Giver.
Oh,
Right. So then it's also like this whole thing of like, along with the black and white, there is like a lack of emotions. Like it's
Yes.
like it's a dystopian
Right.
kind of thing, right? And, so
no
it's like
memory or whatever. And
right.
Yeah.
And so, but the problem with having actors not show emotions is just that that's bad acting.
and it's not
That's
not fun to watch.
not
Like,
interesting.
No, it was really, really boring. And I had to like kind of convince myself. I was like, no, the book was good.
Mhm.
It's just a bad movie.
Mhm.
Just some things shouldn't be adapted.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just don't think that they could have adapted it to a movie.
Mhm.
And they
Definitely
shouldn't have
not.
done better.
Just
Yeah.
how there are some movies that can't be adapted into books.
Yeah.
Basically anything animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could never write a book about Wall-E.
I love Wall.
It's
Oh
so
my gosh.
Kayla's been trying to convince me to watch
I have been
Wall-E
wanting to
every
watch
day.
this movie for the last year.
Mhm. It's my favorite Pixar
What?
movie.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so
Oh.
good. And every time
By
I'm like,
far,
Adam, let's watch
yeah.
this movie. He's like, no.
Why don't you
It's
want to watch
By
Wall-E?
It's
far
a fine
the
movie.
best.
Do you not love the
Pixar
environment?
movie.
It's a
You
good
could
movie.
watch
like-
Wall-E without any sound and you would get it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's true.
One of our favorites, so my dad and I really like those Pixar shorts.
Yeah.
And one of our favorite Pixar shorts, his all-time favorite is Presto, which is the bunny. But one of the favorites is Bernie, which is a little side story that's happening outside of Wall-E, one of the little machines.
Oh yeah.
It's so cute because
I saw that.
oh, it's so I think
He's
you can see
cleaning
it.
up Wall-E's tracks.
Yeah, he cleans up after Bernie, and I guess they destroyed one of the little light thingies when they got thrown out of the trash chute, and he has to fix it, but then he gets locked outside, so this little robot is just stuck outside in space. It's so cute. It's so sad, but it's so cute.
That's precious. Oh my god.
I think it's on if you have the DVD of Wall-E. I think it's on there.
Might even be on
So-
Disney Plus too.
Yeah,
It probably is.
Oh, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But because we have all the Pixar short DVD discs, because you gotta catch it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we watch it on there.
Mhm.
Very fair. Oh my gosh. I love that.
Speaking of Disney
Yeah.
Plus, have you guys seen What If?
Yes. I did not like this week's episode.
You didn't? I thought it was quite good.
It was-
but
I
It
thought
was
just sat
very
there-
good. It was so sad.
It
was very
was. I
sad. I
just
thought it
sat
was
there in
very
silence
visually
after it
cool.
ended. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
The one
Was
before
this the Doctor
about,
Strange one?
yes, this is the Doctor Strange one. But the one
Did see a
before,
meme.
the one before this week about Fury's big week, and it's a
Yeah.
murder mystery. That one is my
That
favorite.
one is
so
I
far.
excellent.
like that one. I
That
think
one
I
was
like
really
the T'Challa as Star-Lord. I think
Yeah.
I lost my mind
It was just
every
funnier.
scene of that episode. It was every time they brought in a character, I was like, oh my god. No, oh my god, Thanos is just there.
Yeah.
It's really
I think that's genocide.
Mhm.
But it's random.
I sort of feel bad for the first one because the first one just can't compete,
no,
and it's really there's really not that much that's different besides.
no.
Right. It's
Yeah,
just
the first
Agent
one's fine,
Carter.
but it's just the same movie again with
Yeah.
the just different main character,
I
but not
will
a
say
radically different main
that
character.
if they made a TV show on that, I would absolutely watch
Mhm.
just Agent Carter.
Yeah,
I would have watched that TV show.
Yeah, I don't really know it also really doesn't make sense of like how does that one decision change everything. But
yeah, that one.
It's a fun like retelling of it, which I like. So
I do think it's a fantastic idea, like the What If series. Yeah.
Very
I liked in this most recent with Doctor Strange though that it's like we have alternate, dimensions and alternate timelines happening, and then there's like an alternate timeline within this alternate timeline that's currently happening, and I did enjoy that.
Yeah,
it was a lot of time stone shenanigans. I don't know. I thought it was visually the coolest episode so far.
Just because Doctor Strange is visually cool.
It was just very pretty.
And they got like all the actors that were in
right.
Crazy. I've been impressed. It was. They didn't get everybody for the Fury's big week, but they did get most people.
Didn't they get Nick Fury?
They got Samuel Jackson,
so.
Thor, Hawkeye, but like they couldn't get like Natasha or Iron Man.
RDJ,
It was interesting too because they have like Hulk from the old Hulk movies, but it's like Mark Ruffalo Hulk.
But it's Mark Ruffalo, right? It's like we're just gonna forget that we used an entirely different actor for the original Hulk.
Have you guys seen that movie recently?
Oh no,
I haven't seen it at all.
One and done.
I watched it last year with some friends, and it's so bad. like in my memory, I knew it was bad, but then it like just kind of went to a new level of bad, where I was like, oh wow,
one and done.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Oh man.
I think my parents did like a whole Avengers rewatch over quarantine, and I don't even think they watched the Hulk. I mean, like we know what happens, and then just kept going.
Oh man,
Hulk is green and smashes things.
Yeah.
It's Captain America gone wrong.
Kind of.
Okay, way to say it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh Lord, I'm like. So okay, I watched Loki eventually, and I did like Loki a lot, and I liked WandaVision. I did not like the Captain America one. I also think I just inherently dislike Captain America, and like any Captain America stories. It's truly because Civil War was the worst movie.
That is a hot take. That is an aggressively hot take.
But like. I don't know. I'm like, I'll definitely watch like some of the movies, but I'm like trying to decide how invested I'm going to be in this new phase, because it does just take so much to be like fully invested in Marvel.
I think that's the nice thing about Marvel movies, though, is that you can get away with not seeing a lot of the other movies, and you can still kind of understand what's going on.
Like, I mean, Loki's probably the biggest one for like universal implications that you probably have to know, but you don't really have to watch any of the TV shows. You don't have to watch What If. You don't have to see all the movies, although you should because they're good. Yes. But you don't have to.
But they do a good job of making like connecting everything. So like if you have, obviously you get all the connections, but if you haven't, you don't have to watch.
Yeah. I think that's interesting too. Like Shang-Chi, you don't have to watch that. I think there's nothing like super like universally changing, but it's really good. Of like if you've never seen Marvel, you could just watch that and instantly get it.
Yeah,
I think right now I'll probably watch that one, the Spider-Man one, and then anything Paul Rudd is in.
That's fair.
You really should watch Black Widow. I know you're
Black
like
Widow's
opposed. It's really good.
Yelena makes it so worth it.
There's a lot of funny moments, a lot of good overall themes. It's a good movie.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Eternals.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited. Yeah. Looks pretty good.
I don't know anything, but that cast looks amazing, I don't care.
It also just looks pretty. Like, it looks like Doctor Strange when they kind of had the trailer of like, oh, this is visually looks cool. This looks like a Guardians level of like, this is just gorgeous to watch.
Okay.
The most recent trailer, I think. Just the scenes just look really pretty.
I did forget about Eternals. I have heard really good things about like plot lines for them. I don't know if it'll be any of the plot lines they use in the movie, but it's always like a good thing when you hear like, oh, well, these characters have really good stories.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I fully don't know what it's about or anything.
Right.
It's got a good cast and it looks pretty. And it's Marvel, so I'll watch anything Marvel does.
And that's how
Marvel's
I
never
like
failed me.
Guardians of the Galaxy of like, I have no idea what this is.
No idea what this is going to be.
Strange thing, but
Well,
So-
I'm excited because I feel like it's different, you know, like I mean, they did all the Iron Mans, they did all the Thors and Captain Americas, and it's like nice to see more of the universe, I guess.
Right.
So I'm kind of excited for that part too, to see more than just the main.
Yeah. I do like hearing everyone's hype about different things because I remember like it was before the Eternals even been like announced the Far From Home trailer, so like the last Spider-Man movie came out and people thought that they were going to be in that. And so like that's when people were like starting to get hyped about it because I remember one of the trailers had like something that
probably those big like monsters, right?
yeah. And so they were like so many fans online were like, oh, it's gonna be so cool, it's gonna be so great, like the Eternals, we're all so excited about it. And then Marvel was like, no, but like, we will,
but they get
that.
their own.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
I am excited for it.
Also, my main Marvel theory right now is like I think they're trying to do like a multiverse thing to bring in like Fox characters, but I think the way they're doing it is just like so many random events happen at like around the same time. Like you've got the Snap, you've got WandaVision, you've got Loki. All of these are happening and creating like this weird thing, and especially like Doctor Strange and the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I assume the Spider-Man movie is going to really go into it, the Spider-Man and then the Doctor Strange movie were like really be almost like the main movies, if there is such a thing, of like this is what's happening in the universe. The multiverse is splitting and being chaotic, and we're going to bring in all these crazy things that happened in the past.
Yeah.
Something I am fully invested in is for them to do that and then have Venom and Spider-Man in the same movie. Because I really liked Venom. Yeah, it was a very fun movie. And I'm so excited for the second one. Just it's mostly Woody Harrelson, but I'm just very invested. And would love to see Tom Hardy and Tom Holland like opposite each other. Like I feel like that'd be so fun.
Yes. I will say that after seeing the trailer for the second Venom, it makes me want to watch the first one. Oh yeah, just because I've heard that it's like a romance between Tom Hardy and Venom.
Absolutely,
and I kind of want to see it now.
It's Tom Hardy and himself. It's like it's a romance. It's a buddy cop movie. It's like it's just this weird dynamic, but it's so fun, and it's really funny to me because I remember like a lot of the critic reviews and everything being like, oh, it's kind of like a horror movie, like it's a bit scary and everything, and like I'm terrible with gore, so I was like, oh no, like I'm not gonna like it, it's gonna be sad because like I want to care about this, but like if it's just too bloody I won't be able to, and it's not. They just have some flashy lights at one point, and then Venom's like, and then you're like, oh, and then like and then he bites off someone's head, but like it's like such a low budget that like they do it from far away, so it's just not scary. It's just like, oh, okay.
Whatever happened to that one like Jared Leto vampire movie?
Good question.
Do you remember that? Mobius, I think.
Morbius.
Don't even know.
Something like that.
That was a thing.
No, I remember people were excited because it had like a poster of Spider-Man in the trailer, like and, on a wall.
The Falcon, not Falcon.
Vulture.
Vulture shows up.
Something, yeah. But I feel like it got really, really bad responses from the trailer, and so I feel like they just were like.
I mean, I assume they made a movie. They're not just gonna.
No, they totally did.
Is this gonna be like that? One movie, the like one Marvel horror movie.
That was
Adam and I learned when we went to the Marvel exhibit at the Museum of Science and Industry that they have like a lot of horror comics that they made.
Oh, fair.
So,
you mean the New Mutants?
Yeah.
I saw that on a plane, and it was okay.
I think it's gonna be like one of those. It's just gonna be in limbo for 4 years.
It was fine.
I feel like
it looked like it was made with an extremely low budget, though. There's like the 5 characters or whatever. Those are the only people in the movie. That's it. And I was kind of shocked to be like, "There's no one else here. It's just these 5 characters in like a mental asylum, basically, and it's some CGI stuff happens. Weird."
I feel like, well, wasn't the Morbius or Mobius or whoever this character is? Wasn't it a Sony thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because it wasn't Disney. Yeah. So I think what probably happened, because that was also at the same time of all of the like Spider-Man Who Owns Him trouble. And so what I think will happen is I think that they're building up to a deal where they can like have Spider-Man and Venom in the same thing, and then they'll introduce something like that, because I feel like it was probably just a legal issue, along with nobody wanted it. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Sony had grand plans and didn't capitalize on any of it.
Oh yeah,
Make
Venom.
a Black Cat movie then.
Yeah.
They talked about it.
No, but then they're like, let's go with this vampire guy that only
no one
comic
knows
people
about.
have heard about.
Right, only comics.
Maybe go with your most popular female character and do something that Marvel has only made a little bit of strides in doing. Like, you could make cool movies,
and
but
here's
you're
the
not
thing.
doing it.
You could be super cynical about it. Like, look, it's like the first female Spider-Man movie. And be like,
or there are
spin it that
Spider-Woman
way.
is a character too.
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen. It could be something like.
I'd watch that.
Lots of options here, and you're doing none of them in favor of
Let's
a vampire
choose the weird
guy.
vampire guy.
Yeah.
A little overdone, to be honest.
So Jared Leto.
Yeah.
He makes me so uncomfortable.
He's got a cult in the Mediterranean on an island.
He does, yeah. I don't know. It's a world. I feel like the longer the pandemic goes on, the more and more people I'm like worried might join cults. That's just a thought I've been having lately, is that I feel like this is setting a lot of people up to join cults, and that concerns me.
Just in the right mental state for it.
Susceptible
to manipulations.
I'm just saying, watch out. If someone's promising you peace and love on a farm, don't do it. I don't know. I'll take. But other than cults, let's talk about what rained on our parades.
I should start writing things down again. I used to write things down of like a minor inconvenience in my life, and I would just write up my notes app.
Fair.
It's always so hard to think of these, because they'll be like, what happened 2 hours ago?
This is my minor inconvenience. It's very, very minor. I was listening to an audiobook on the way driving to see Adam yesterday, and as I pulled up and parked, it was right as the book was getting to like where it was interesting and like exciting, and like the characters are going to start doing something. We've established the world, we've established the relationships, so like things are going to happen, and it was like mid-chapter, and Adam was like, knock knock. So that was a little annoying. So, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to listen to it until Monday. So I'm a little sad.
Oh, yeah, it's fair. I love audiobooks though. Like,
it's the first one that I've ever listened to. It's like free on Spotify. Yeah, and so I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. TikTok has been telling me to read this book, so I did.
Fair.
And it's wicked good. So
nice.
Oh, fair. What book is it? Okay. Maybe not. I don't know.
It's just a modern day Persephone and Hades retelling. So.
Oh, I love that though. That's fun. Yeah. Fair. I'm gonna do a funny thing because you said Spotify and that reminded me of it. Spotify did the blend thing, and that's cool. It's essentially a thing where it takes your music taste and someone else's music taste and it puts them into a playlist together, and it's like, here's how much they matched, and then it's like, these are songs. It's so cute. And so like my friend and I did it, and it was just adorable. And it was like a 3-hour playlist, and it changes every day. Like it updates every single day. And so it has like little things where it's like, this song is from this person, this song is from the other person, this song is something you both listen to. And it like tells you like how it put it all together. And it's really cute, and it's fun, and it's a good way to bond with your friends. And I highly recommend it to literally everyone.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's sort of off of that. I've been listening to, it's called like The Morning Drive, and I just like listen to that while I'm in the shower. It's like 5 minutes of news and then like 10 minutes of songs you like.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's like, I can stay like updated on current events.
Yeah. Oh, that's very cute.
And I like, because like one of them's a British organization, they'll be like, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, isn't it? Oh my god.
My mom likes to listen to BBC News because she's like, they're British, and so they have all the unbiased takes on America. And I was like, I think they do hate America.
Yeah. Oh man. Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, is the morning drive thing on Spotify?
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
Spotify's great.
Cool.
It's great.
Spotify is great.
Spotify is
Yeah.
way too good for how much we pay for it. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
Well, it does cost a lot if you're not a student.
Yes.
mean,
True.
isn't it like $10 a month?
It's like
that's
$10
a
a
lot.
month.
As
Yeah.
As
that's
opposed
a
to
lot.
$5. Like, I still feel like what you're getting
Double the
for
amount.
$10 a month is way more than $10 worth.
I guess that's true, yeah.
It is a lot.
Because you have
It's so
unlimited
funny.
access to all of these albums and books and podcasts. Like, it's like,
That's true.
That's good stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. How about you, Adam?
I thought I'd be taking the time, as you guys talked, to think of something of my own. I didn't. So
Let's fill the time.
I guess this is so incredibly minor that it almost doesn't bear mentioning. But I guess I didn't realize how much COVID impacted the parking at my school. The parking lot that I'm in, I had a really great parking spot for the entire last year of school.
Mhm.
And now all of a sudden, people actually go here again. So I don't get that parking spot. I have to park way far away.
It's not even that far. It's like a space behind where he was.
I
But
have
still,
that
I had-
exact
I had,
same
like-
problem.
I had the perfect spot versus from the parking lot to where my apartment building is. I can just walk right, just cross the street, and my car's right there. But now I have to cross the street and cross like half of the parking lot to get to kind of the back end where there's finally spots because it's so filled up. It's inconvenient. I'm
The
not a fan.
torture you must go through.
It's a sunny thing. You get your steps in.
Yeah. Oh my
Can
God.
I share a sunny thing that happened yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday, so Adam found this ice cream spot in Des Moines. It's called Black Cat ice cream or something like that. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a super small, like they have like 12 ice creams kind of place, like totally locally owned. And we had some pretty good ice cream last night.
Yes.
It's
I
very
had
good.
red velvet Oreo, which was exactly
That
like
sounds
it sounds.
amazing.
It was so
Yeah.
good. Red velvet ice cream with Oreos is delicious.
And I had peanut butter puppy chow, which was also very
sounds
good.
very good. Yeah.
And
Really
they had
taste the
like
puppy chow.
you could really taste the puppy chow. They had like
That's,
really cool like Lucky Charms flavored, and they've got like cheesecake stuff. It was super
Yeah, it was-
cool.
It
It was like
really
a unicorn
interesting.
flavored one.
I'm going to interject for just a second to point out for any East Coast listeners or just non-Midwestern listeners that puppy chow is not a dog food, but it's like
yeah,
chips
that's
covered
important.
in chocolate.
It is a token Midwest food.
It is a token Midwest food. It's just
It
a
is
snack with
Chex
like a bunch
Mix
of Chex Mix with like
peanut
powdered sugar
butter,
and stuff.
chocolate, and powdered sugar. That's all it is.
And it's like crack. It's really good,
It's really
It is
tasty.
honestly
It is
crack.
really
It's so
good.
good.
but
Yeah.
it's not dog food.
Yeah.
Delicious. Yeah, but the puppy chow ice cream Adam had were like you could literally taste the puppy chow even if you didn't get a piece of puppy chow in the ice cream. It was super good.
Dang.
That sounds really tasty, yeah. Yeah.
If you guys ever go to Des Moines, Black Cat ice cream is
Black
a 10
Cat
out of
ice cream?
10.
It's very good.
Yeah. Very fair. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, get some ice cream. Watch
watch
Marvel
Shang-Chi.
movies.
Very
Yeah.
good. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Have a sunny Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.